People ask me what the first rides were at Knoebels aside from the carousel. One of the first was something that was called the Lindy Loop. It looked a little like today's Tilt-A-Whirl, but it didn't last long. To replace it, my grandfather put in a ride called the Whip.
And it sat about where between the Alamo and the Oasis Cafeteria, the French fry stand, etc. It was an 8-car and running by a gasoline engine, and it was elevated about 18 inches, 2 feet off the ground. And it was a portable one, and every winter we'd take it apart and push it into a garage that was attached to the old Alamo restaurant. One day there were 2 sailors on this car. The car came off and went right through the rickety wooden fence and started down the midway. But to block truck traffic into the parkway had this big flat spade-shaped stone. And it came to rest against that, and everybody ran out, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And they says, "Wow, that was fun. Can we do it again?" But then they moved it for 1 year over to where the galleon sits now. And the following year, in 1950, my father built the building that now houses the Whip, which has the 12-car Whip. But when he built it, he used 2.5-inch thick oak plank around the outside to prevent any stray car from exiting the building. A couple of interesting stories here. One day when we were stripping the old Whipper cars to repaint them, we found the original artwork. They were very, very elegant late 18th century scroll work. And we copied them as best we could, that and from photos that we had of old Whips, and try to recreate the 1920s artwork on them. The other thing, this thing about the Whip, the casters on the Whip had a particular bearing in the bottom of them. It was a nice brand bearing. And they went out of manufacture and we didn't know what we were going to do. But I happened to be at Coney Island Park in Cincinnati one time looking at water slides, and I saw outside their maintenance building, I saw all these Whip cars sitting. I said, "What are you doing with those?" He says, "Oh, they're going to the scrapyard." I said, "Whoa, not yet. You take the casters off those and all the hardware and put them in a crate and send them to me and I'll pay you for them." And because that caster was a newer design that we could get parts for it. So that's what we have on our Whip cars today. In fact, there are only about 8 Whip rides in existence anymore. And I am the worldwide supplier of parts for Whip rides.